All right, y'all, we're back for another Q&A. I'm gonna answer some of y'all's questions on Instagram that y'all DM'd me a few weeks ago, and I'm gonna let my sister's gonna read them out again. So
okay, so the first question is from Jay Walker Davis. Are Assassinators overrated?
Are Assassinators overrated? So far the Assassinators are pretty good, other than they're probably going to be breaking axles and destroying diffs, but so far I like them a lot in water. That's mainly why I got them. They do pretty well in mud. They dig a lot though compared to the Outlaws that I have. I rather have the Outlaws in mud than these, but definitely these for water riding if that's all you do. These don't float at all, and then you're running 10 psi in them. And yeah, other than that, they look cool. I'd recommend them if you don't mind replacing axles and diffs every once in a while. You probably could get away with like a Moto Havoc or a BKT other than these if you don't want to run the risk of snapping axles and blowing diffs and stuff. But other than that, yeah, I'd recommend these tires. They're not bad. They look awesome. Mainly that's another reason why I like them. They look cool. But yeah, the performance, they do all right in mud, and they're awesome in water.
Okay, so the next question is from Mad Hondas. He said you're gonna get some reckless off-road lights.
That's gonna be a secret. If you go on my Instagram, you'll definitely see that I posted a video or a picture and asking y'all to guess what's the next mod for this, and that could well be it. I don't want to give anything away because I kind of want to make that surprise if that is what I'm getting or that's not what I'm getting or when I'm getting them. But yeah, definitely will be getting those in the future for sure.
All right, Honda Gang 1212 said, do you know whose Honda Boats is?
Of course I know who that is. They run a pretty big Instagram page. They got a YouTube channel. Definitely recommend them. They're pretty informative on a lot of stuff Honda. They know how to work on them, all that stuff. They're good. They like to send it and a lot of stuff. They got Honda boats, obviously. They probably do a little bit more sending than I do, but.
All right, the next question is from Country Boy Ethan. Have you ever thought about building a mud racing four-wheeler?
Have I ever thought about building a mud racing four-wheeler? I have not. I mean, other than maybe a Can-Am later down the road, if you consider that a mud racing four-wheeler. I'm definitely going to be getting Can-Am. I don't want to go wild with it. I just want a Can-Am with the power and stuff just to drive around and send in a lot of stuff, but I don't have any plans on doing crush locks on 34-inch Assassinators and nothing like that. But yeah, definitely be getting a Can-Am in the future. So
all right, 205 Hunter Moorfield said, what kind of tires and what size?
These are Assassinators 29 by 8 by 14s all the way around. I thought about going with the wides, but I wanted the skinnies for water riding because the wides float a lot. But yeah, definitely happy with them. They do it pretty well in those situations, and the bike turns them pretty well actually for a 35% gear reduction, which is pretty surprising.
All right, Hayden Smith 127 said Assassinators or Outlaw 2s?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I prefer Outlaws for mud, like I've previously said. These are more for water riding. If you have like a big bore bike, I'd probably put these over Outlaws, because big bore bikes, if you spin these tires really fast, I'm sure they probably do awesome compared to the Outlaws. But Outlaws are a little bit more of like I don't know, a more cleaning out tire. These clean out well too, but that's just from my experience. On my dad's bike, he's got Outlaw 2s, and they seem to do pretty well compared to these, but these don't do bad. It's just, these are mainly, I got these for water riding, but they don't do bad in mud. I mean, if I had to choose for mud, I'd probably go with Outlaws, any Outlaws really. But water riding, these for sure.
The next question is from Luke Self. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but he said, is your Snorkel a kit or PVC?
Yeah, it's a high lifter kit from like back in 2014 when they ran this style. It's got the flex tube all the way down there, which I got a leak currently, but I'm fixing that this weekend. You're not gonna be able to see it, but yeah, it came with the shorter Snorkel, probably about right, I don't know, 12 inches up, but I extended it like twice that for water riding.
All right.
And
the next question is from Landon Lee 118. You plan on keeping the Assassinators?
Yeah, definitely gonna keep them. They're awesome for water riding, which I'm getting more into, which a lot of y'all like to do that than mud ride, but I'll definitely still be mud riding. I'm probably gonna throw the Outlaws back on every once in a while. I thought about getting rid of them, but I'm not sure yet, because I like those for mud riding a lot more than I like these, because those just do amazing in mud compared to these. Not saying these are bad, these just dig a lot more than I prefer, and the Outlaws paddle a lot better than these in my opinion in the mud, but these are for these in water over Outlaws any day.
Crawford said, what tires are the best for creek riding, water and sand, also some mud?
Outlaws for sure. Any Outlaws really that you can turn on your bike depending on what bike you ride, but either Outlaw 2s or OG Outlaws. Outlaw 3s are more like this kind of style tire, but the OGs and 2s are definitely the ones I prefer if I rode all those terrains.
Okay, Baller Luca said, are you gonna sell your bike?
Am I gonna sell my bike? What kind of question is that? No, I ain't selling my bike. Kidding me? I got way too much money in this thing to be selling it. I wouldn't get half of what I put in this thing to get back out of it.
5691 said, will you ever switch to a Can-Am?
Will I ever switch to a Can-Am? No. I will definitely own a Can-Am, but I'm not gonna switch complete brands. I'm definitely still gonna have this bike around when I have the Can-Am, whenever I do that. And I'll probably throw these tires on there whenever that happens, and put the Outlaws back on here, or switch it however I end up doing it. But I'll definitely be getting a Can-Am, but I won't be switching completely.
Okay, Talon Story said, do you have any slippage in thick mud with the 35% gear reduction?
I do not have any slippage at all, surprisingly. The 35% surprisingly turns these tires very well for as heavy as and aggressive these tires are. I've yet to stop them in anything, and I rarely even bog, and I was in some pretty thick stuff, some thick clay, and I'm surprised that it hasn't really shown any kind of stopping. I know that sounds crazy and a lot of y'all aren't going to believe that, but you can go back and watch my videos. That's the thickest mud I'm ever going to probably really ride, and 35% is perfect for these tires for what I ride, for what I use them for.
Is that okay? I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but Vaughn G-Way said, is the Radiator Relocation worth it?
Yeah, definitely. I haven't had any overheating issues at all since I did it. I hardly ever even get mud up here, like thick mud caked up in here, and if I do, I just rinse it right out. Very easy. Definitely recommend one if you're looking at getting one. Check out Mud Shark. That's who built mine. Dude, the owner is awesome. Great customer service. I had the custom engraved on the sides. You don't have to do that, but I wanted it for my YouTube. But yeah, overall this is probably the kit I'd run, and I'd recommend it. 10 out of 10.
Okay. Loner Trail said, will running big tires eventually ruin a rear diff on a Foreman?
Running big tires would definitely put added stress on all components on your four-wheeler, like mechanic. I've been through one rear diff with these already, but it all depends on how you ride, what you ride, and a lot of throttle control has to do with that, on parts wearing out and whatnot, snapping axles. So yeah, it will eventually, but if you're smart about it and don't pin it and everything and try to break stuff, it'll probably last you a while. Because I have yet to snap an axle at all in 6 years, and you'll see how I ride pretty hard every once in a while. I send it every once in a while, and yeah, and I have yet to break an axle.
Okay, the next question is from Delmarcus B. Jr. Do you have a lift on her?
Yeah, I have a 2-inch high lifter bracket lift. I don't know if you can see it up there. Definitely gonna be cleaning this up too, by the way. This is gonna be going. I ordered another one, another overflow, a metal one that's gonna bolt right here to the frame. But yeah, I have a high lifter lift kit right there, 2-inch bracket lift, and then on the back is right, where is it? Down here, right there.
Okay, Chance Bowman 13 said, how hard is it to install a radiator kit? I have a 14 420.
That wasn't bad. The only probably worst part is taking the hoses off. Like there's one right there and there's another one on the other side on top. That's probably the most, I don't know if you call it difficult, just most annoying part about it. Putting this together was nothing. It's just 2 panels and then faceplate and then the grill and then your radiator. Taking the radiator out wasn't bad either. Just unbolted right in there, but overall it wasn't bad at all.
All right, Levi with Turnage said straight axle or IRS. I'm getting a 420 for Christmas when the prices drop on them.
I haven't ever had a problem with this besides the rear diff, but that was my fault. But definitely recommend this for reliability over IRS, but a lot of times I wish I had IRS in a lot of the holes that I go in, climbing out of them mainly. But one day I'll probably I'll get a Rubicon or a Can-Am and keep this bike. But yeah, it all depends on what you want. IRS also rides smoother, but yeah, I don't have any complaints with solid rear axle.
Okay, Honda for Life 14 said, does your rear diff water? Because mine does, even though I put new bearing. Yeah, they're all gonna leak eventually. I mean, when you put them underwater, the water will seep in any kind of crack, crevice, whatever you want to call it, seal. It's always gonna get water in it. There's no way really avoiding it, other than changing out the seals. But I mean, what you do with it mainly plays a huge role in it. So just change it out and just keep on riding and keep on changing the diff fluid and you'll be fine. The next question is from Ty Parkis Kenner. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. He said, why do you have a gun holder?
Because I used to hunt with this bike. I mean, I probably still will, but this little fella right here, he's kind of stopping me. It's pretty loud, so I'm probably not gonna hunt with this bike too much, and if I do, I'm just gonna put the silence core in it, but it doesn't really silence it, in my opinion. But yeah, that's mainly why I have this, and I also use it when I'm in holes. I use this as a leverage point to pull the bike, which comes in handy.
All right, Honda Gang for Life said, have you ever thought about getting a Rubicon?
Yep, I definitely considered getting one. Not right now, obviously, but I'd probably get a Can-Am over a Rubicon right now because I already have a Honda. Because the only thing that a Rubicon really has is obviously diff lock and IRS and a little bit bigger motor, but I want a Can-Am for the power because I have a Honda right now. But definitely want to get into the Can-Am world of things and see.
Okay, the next question is from Muddin Boy 19. Are you going to Zona for the Halloween ride?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go for the night ride. I got a couple buddies that are probably gonna go. If anyone out there is watching this and they're gonna be out there, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. We can link up. But yeah, I'll definitely be out there for the night ride. Not in the day because I have work, but at night I'll probably be out there till whenever they close, 12, 1, 2. But yeah, if you're riding, let me know.
Okay, CBJ King 10 said, do you think that Swamplights will get the job done because I don't have enough money?
There's better options than Swamplights in my opinion. Maybe like a Mega Mayhem or a Zilla. I haven't heard too much good things from Swamplights. They just cake up too much. They don't paddle well. They don't do anything really. From what I've been here, they're just not a good mud tire in my opinion. And that's also what I've been hearing or heard.
Okay, the next question is from Braden Dickey 59. Anything you regret doing to the 420, and have you had any problems with the electric shift?
I regret getting these tires. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't think I have any regrets on anything I've done to the bike. I mean, not that I can really think of right now. The light bar up front, I never really used it. I took that off for the radiator. I guess you can call that a regret, but I mean, not really. I could use it somewhere else. And the electric shift, I've never had a problem with it. A lot of people are surprised when I tell them that, and I just never had a problem with it. I mean, I've heard the new bikes have problems with them, the new like 2020 and 2021s, but this bike has never given me a problem, and I've never greased up any connections or nothing, and I just never had a problem. that's mainly all the questions I got on Instagram. I know I haven't answered like some of y'all's questions, but some of y'all's questions were the same ones that ever been asked. But yeah, overall, these tires, I recommend them. I'm not complaining about them. It's just the Outlaws do better in other situations than these tires, but these tires definitely do well for what I intended to use them for. If you're looking at them, I would recommend them, but you're gonna be running the risk a lot of breaking axles and blowing diffs and all that fun stuff. But yeah, if you want an alternative tire, I recommend getting an Outlaw, obviously, or a BKT or a Moto Havoc, something of that nature. Thank y'all for watching. I'm also getting some new stickers, by the way, coming in. As you can see, this sticker is now gone. That changed my name, and I'm gonna think about, I don't know what to put here yet, but I'm gonna put something. And yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. If you're gonna be at the Zona Halloween ride, let me know. We can link up. Looking for people to ride with. And yeah, overall, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it.